How you doing, everybody? It has been a hot minute, hasn't it? If you're seeing this, it means that I feel that I got something to say. And then obviously, you're out here in my shop with me, right? Which many of you know is kind of where I retreated to. The why of that retreat is multifaceted and personal. But I wanted to take a minute, talk to you about where I am, where we're going, and what the future might hold. I was talking to a number of you today, my friends on the Discord server that a number of us still hang out on. And somebody posted something that reminded me that you have some good memories to look back on as far as the VO booth camp goes. And that's why I'm talking to you right now. I'd like to think that doing the VO booth camp helped people. And to be honest, that's all I ever wanted, was to help people. Put a star here. We'll come back to this idea. But I know that there are a number of people, you might be one of those people who's watching me right now. There are a number of people who are working in the voiceover industry who are there in no small part because I stepped in and helped them. Either encouraged them or taught them something, or they were my students for a while, or any other a number of things, the old Reddit crew, all that. There are people working in this industry because they read my book and decided, I'm going to give this a shot. And you'd think right now I'd jump in and I'd say I'm proud of that. And, in a way I am. But more than proud, what I am is honored. I am honored that I was able to help people, you, like that. As many of you know, I've kind of retired from voiceover. And again, that's for a number of different reasons. I won't say that it's wrong, that part of that reason is the change in the VO landscape over the past couple years. I worked full-time at the hustle for a decade. And I'm still doing some VO work. It's just not the grind that it used to be. Because to be perfectly honest, they call it a grind for a reason. And I was feeling very ground down. That doesn't mean that I don't still have a passion for using my voice. And that's what we're coming around to here. It is no surprise to anyone, no matter where you are in the world. And we have many people on that Discord server that are all over the place. But it's no surprise to anybody in our old crew that things have suddenly changed. And as you all know, y'all might remember when I say kittens, I try to be apolitical. I've tried to remain apolitical. when it comes to voiceover, gear, tech reviews, all that business. And I don't know if that's actually helped anything. The truth of the matter is that I am not an apolitical person. I am a 50-something, lifelong disabled marginalized human being. I have opinions. And you do too, no matter who you are. No matter if you walk straight as an arrow or wobble and hurple like I do. By the way, hurple is a word. It is a word that does rhyme with purple. Look it up. This change that I am tiptoeing about, it is not happening in a vacuum. It is not exclusively an American thing. And even the American version of this change is not going to be exclusively an American thing. We are in a time right now that will change the world irrevocably. Good or bad? I don't know, and you don't know either. And as far as the VO market goes, I'm still hearing from you all. Yeah, I'm not getting the work I used to anymore. All that stuff's getting gobbled up by synth voices. Now, a lot of you are still working successfully, and I am very grateful to hear that. One of the biggest problems we're having right now is that there are so many voices, that it's hard to hear the message above the static of so many voices. Does that mean shut up? Does that mean that your voice is contributing to the noise? Is it? I don't know. But on the other hand, we are headed into a brave new world. You can put however much irony on that phrase as you care to. But here's the truth. VO is not what it used to be. VO is not what it used to be when I got into the racket. VO is not what it used to be 20 years ago. It wasn't what you thought it was back then, and it's not what you might think it is now. But what it is changing. A lot of the opportunities that I had at the beginning, they're gone. Does that mean that all is lost? No, I don't believe that. Does that mean that you still can't make a living with your voice? Certainly not. It does not mean that. But it means that everything's changing. And one of the reasons why I stepped away, and I will share this with you, one of the reasons why I stepped away is because I have no idea what's coming next. I have no idea on earth what's going to be happening tomorrow. let alone 2, 3, 4 weeks from now, let alone a month from tomorrow, etc., etc. And as someone who is being looked at as a guiding voice, I became increasingly uncomfortable with being someone's guide. And I felt it was irresponsible of me to stay in that position when I myself didn't know which way to go. I found that that was unethical. But to wrap up here, now more than ever is your opportunity, your chance to use your voice to help the greater cultural conversation. There will be opportunities for you to use your voice, but they might not be opportunities that you assumed would be there. And what I encourage everyone to do is to use your voice, your talents, your media skills, your tech skills, your personality to help amplify the voices of the marginalized. Dollar, pound, euro, or not, irrespective of money, we are heading into a time where some voices will be drowned out, not by accident, they will be shouted down. They will be muted. I'd like to think that this channel helped some people understand that you don't need to have the most sonorous voice. You don't need to have the greatest acting chops. You don't need to have the most expensive microphone. What you need to have is the will and the dedication and the community. And that community still exists. The booth camp community is now a diaspora. And the booth camp community had people of all different stripes: political, gender, sexuality, neurodiversity. And I think if I had to point something that I was proud of, that's it. I'm leaving this channel, I'm leaving this YouTube channel up, at least for the foreseeable future. But I'm not going away. And knock on wood. Because I feel that my voice is needed. So this channel will remain. I'm not going to do the easy thing, which is take these 600 some surviving subscribers change the name of the channel again and start doing something completely different where somebody shows up for voiceover advice and winds up hearing some screed from me. Who knows? Some diatribe like you're hearing now. You know, I have other podcasts that I do, and I encourage you to drop in on them. My fun one is a podcast that I've been doing since the beginning of the pandemic called Keep Your Hat On, which is me and two of my closest friends and my academic mentor, my old philosophy professor, talking about the world. And we really don't do much by way of politics. It's pretty much just a place for people to come and hang out and hear friendly voices talking about things. I'm getting back to doing a podcast that I started about a year ago called I Miss Lockdown, which is a podcast for introverts and people who don't like all the shouty business. They just want to hear a comforting voice. And I'm probably starting another podcast or 3 on things that I can talk about that I hope everybody can find interesting without partisanship. But it is a partisan time. And I don't care who you are. I don't care what you believe. Sort of. But what I encourage you to do is use your voice for good. No matter if you get paid or not. Now is the time to make your voice heard. The irony of me saying that right now is not lost on me. To everybody who communicated with me over the years, to everybody who became part of the community that grew up around this YouTube channel and this book and this dumb old man. Thank you. Now go out and use your voice for good. I'm pretty sure you know what good means. And you know what? That's really helpful right now. Be kind. Above all things, be kind. I'm Andrew Scott. Take care, everybody.